DIY or Die, Walker Vapor Group LLC, or any of its associates do not condone nor encourage the use of nicotine, vapor products, or any mood-altering substances without the explicit consent of a physician. The content viewable on this channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be seen as informational or educational. Must be 21 years or older to view these materials.
Mixers! Welcome back to another episode of the MIXINVIXENS. My name is Emily, also known as mlNikon, and let's say hello to our other Vixens. First up, we've got the lovely Lumi. Hi, Lumi.
Hi.
Hi. Love your purple hair. It's all pretty.
Thank you.
And we've got Jen, TheJuiceFairy.
How's everybody doing?
Hello, hello. And last but not least, we've got the lovely mixtress, Rin. Hi, Rin. How's it going?
Your audio still sounds not good.
It's like really sharp.
Mine?
Yeah. Whenever you get to your normal
scream sometimes into a mic, it kind of like gets like staticky.
I don't know how to fix that.
just talk in a whisper voice for the show.
It's just a blue snowball.
Just tone the excitement.
Do I sound okay
Bring
now?
the Emily
Can I stop yelling?
down.
Yeah, just get really close to your mic and whisper really excitedly.
It is so weird to be getting Emily in such a tizzy.
ASMR style.
Is that your sexy voice, Emily?
This morning, we've got some guest judges to say hello to. Dave, how are you doing? Or excuse me, Mr. Buttfucker 3000. How's it going? No response?
Do you know why I'm called that?
Yeah. But tell the people who don't.
Because there was a story about a guy in I think it was Minnesota. He had to go to court, and it was a Zoom court, and he showed up to court with that as his name. And the judge called him out, and the judge was like, "What's your name?" And the guy just said his name, and he goes, "So your name's not Buttfucker 3000?" Because he had signed in with that as his name. And then the judge was like, "Get out of my court!" Kicked him out.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Yeah, they eventually let him back in under his real name, and he tried to blame it on his sister.
Yeah, nice story. Nice.
Yeah, that's something, you know.
Will, how's it going, bud? It's been a while.
Are you still muted, Will?
Oh, it's me? Okay, well, this is all quiet. Hi, everybody, it's me again.
Try not to mess my mic up.
I just don't know what to do with my hands. What do I do with my hands?
You can do anything you want with your hands, bud.
Play with your beard.
Just
Play
start
with
like
your beard.
Just start like rummaging and braiding your beard.
Play with your supple beard, you know. And last but not least, we've got I am the milkman, Mr. Sam. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Why are you the milkman today?
You
that's
trying
an
to take
inside
over
joke.
my cream cream?
No, that's an inside joke with Max Savage. He'll see it. He'll get it.
Okay.
He's not even watching.
He's
Oh,
trying to take
yeah.
over the cream queen.
Here.
He
I guess that's better than the ice cream man or the mailman.
Max didn't know that animals drank milk, their own milk. So
What?
Yeah, baby animals.
yeah, I said all mammals drink their milk, Max. And then he went on a long spiel on their last episode about how I drink my own milk. And
All right. Good story. Good story.
Good story.
So guys, we let you choose whatever mix you want to mix up, as long as you mix up one from each of us, and you're going to tell us what you think of it.
Sweet. I just hope I picked all the right ones this
I hope you
time
did too.
from the right show.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
If not, I've got 4 really good recipes to tell you guys about.
Same. Got 4 good ones.
All right. Lumi, you want to get your hat out, or do you guys want to just pick someone to go first?
Or just go around the room clockwise.
All right. Let's do
It looks different for everybody else. So what do we do? Go by the stream?
Yeah,
Everything
true.
here smells like feet, and it's not my feet.
All right.
What
So
do you
then, how are we doing
It's
this?
not
Juice
that either. I don't
Fairy,
know what's-
Alphabetical.
Juice Fairy, Lumi, Rin, mlNikon.
Save the
Fair
best for
enough.
last.
Counterclockwise for me.
Yeah.
Juice Fairy.
Juice Fairy. All right, I'll go. Juice Fairy. I did your blueberry crumble.
You did?
I did your blueberry crumble.
Me too.
So you
That's
did.
3.
Yeah. Oh, sick.
That makes
You did
3.
I
too?
did your blueberry crumble. 3% Flavor West blueberry, 1.25 FA blueberry juicy ripe, 2.5 Flavora white cake or Flavor West white cake. I'm sorry. 0.5% of not Flavora cream cheese icing. Loran cream cheese
I
icing.
had a hard time finding that one in my stash too. I was like, where
Sorry,
is the
it was
Flavora cream
LA,
cheese?
guys. I'm sorry. I don't know how it picked that.
It is private, so I guess that doesn't. And then 1.5 crumble topping. This was delicious.
You're delicious.
This was, geez.
All right.
Gonna make Sam blush.
This was super delicious. Super bright blueberries with a really nice sweet buttery vanilla bakery notes. This is like ADV status for me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they were all super, super good. You couldn't really pick a winner for me this week, but I thought it was really good too.
Dave.
But if there was a gun to your head and you had to pick a winner, this would be it. It was that good.
And I just want everybody to know, while I mix blueberries, I can't, after about 15, 20 minutes, I go blueberry blind.
Interesting.
So that, to me, when I make a blueberry, I make what I consider a too strong blueberry.
Okay, that helps explain this a little bit. This is I love this recipe. I tried 3 blueberry recipes and a strawberry from this batch, and this is my favorite out of the blueberries. It's a really like bold, all up in my face blueberry, and it's a good blueberry too. It's really bright and tart, but also like deep and darkly sweet, very well rounded. It seems a little undercooked for a crumble. Like it's a real fresh sort of tartness blueberry, like fresh picked, really, really nice. I don't know what the goal here is exactly. If it's just to make something that tastes super good, then mission accomplished. If it's to try to make like a blueberry crumble, I think that the blueberry would need to be like kind of like cooked down and gloopy and not so tart.
Put it back in the oven for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's almost like a crumble topping was added to fresh blueberries, which is kind of weird,
Fresh blueberries
but
were
not
added
bad.
on top of I don't know. I agree with you. They were very bright and like fresh blueberries, but it was fucking so good that didn't like distract me, or I don't know. I didn't even think about that until you mentioned it to me earlier. But yeah,
that crumble topping is delicious though, and it does come through even though it's lots and lots of blueberry. I guess the white cake bolsters it a little bit, and that touch of cream cheese icing comes through as well. It's more like something that's drizzled over it instead of like a cream cheese, like a cheesecake or even a spread. It's just a light touch, but it doesn't really matter that it doesn't really taste like a blueberry crumble because it tastes amazing.
Well, the cream cheese icing was meant to be, you know, when you make, okay, so how I make a real crumble is I take fresh blueberries and I put them in a pan, and it's not really a crumble. It's, I don't know what you would call what I make. And I put them in a pan. So this is what I make. Blueberries in a pan. Then on top of that, I put a layer of white cake that's not mixed with any kind of batter or water or anything. So it's just the white cake.
And
then
a bunch of butter.
And then I put a layer of butter. Then I stick it in the oven. Then when it comes out, I have cream cheese icing that I melt and I pour that over it.
Okay. Yeah. It's kind of like that cream cheese icing poured over it. The
So
blueberries
I try
don't.
to emulate what I make here at home.
The blueberries do not taste cooked to me. They taste very fresh. I just really don't care because it's amazing. It tastes great. Lots of yummy flavor.
Thank you. Well, good. I didn't want to. I don't like cooking down blueberries in a vape. So I guess whatever. It's
fine.
good. It's good. That's what matters, right?
You might hit
Yep.
jammy territory at that point.
I can improve your recipe though. Your culinary recipe, your dessert, your blueberry crumble.
I can too. You add a can of crushed pineapples.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Now you're getting really interesting. I was just going to say,
She's getting too defensive over
when
here.
you take your fresh blueberries, squeeze some lemon juice over them before you put them in the pan.
Crushed
Toss them in lemon
pineapples
juice.
or a can of cherry pie filling over the blueberries. Either one is really good in the oven.
Oh lordy.
Hot damn.
That sounds
hungry.
good. I like the the pineapple. I'm not a huge fan of
The
cherry.
pineapple is really good. The cherries are really good.
It probably does the same thing lemon juice would, just brings that kind of citrusy tartness.
Acidity, yeah.
I guess I've never tried lemon juice. I have done pineapple and I have done cherries because it's whatever's in the cabinet at the time that I have to throw in there.
I don't even use blueberries anymore unless I can put them in a bowl first and then dump some sugar over them and then squeeze some lemon juice over that and kind of toss them around with the sugar and lemon juice.
I have a blueberry. I have a blueberry bush, so we use blueberries.
Nice.
I'll show
need one
you
of
a
those.
blueberry bush.
And we just planted 2 more. so
So
that
did
it could be-
all 3 of you judges do her blueberry tart or crumble?
Yeah.
Jen's
I
done.
did as well. Yeah, do the blueberry crumble. It just sounded so good.
Doesn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Did you see?
Yeah,
did you
well, because I
happen to see
love
the
Flavor
picture?
West blueberry to begin with. Like
I do
anything
too,
with that,
but when you're cooking it into cake, it needs some more fresh blueberries for me because it's too much of a candy. Well, I mean, it's fine if you don't want to, but I wanted to add some.
Well, that FA brings that like
FA.
tartness.
Yeah,
No, it's
the
kind
FA
of flat. It's really it really is a good pairing with the 2 different blueberries.
Yeah,
Flavor
no,
West would be
I thought
it's
so.
not
Mhm.
good by itself. It'd be boring.
I'm gonna have to mix it up, I think. Yep.
Oh. And like I said, I don't know how I'm blueberry blind because I don't think I've ever heard anybody else say that, but I am.
So you only taste it for a little bit and then it's just gone to you.
Like 30 minutes and then it's gone and then I taste something in there and it's kind of bittery and tart and good. It's just not, I no longer taste a blueberry. Flavor West blueberry is the only blueberry I can actually taste the longest. And it's so sad because I mean that would be a great alternative to my strawberries and everybody else can't taste strawberries and that's what I could taste.
Huh.
Interesting.
All right.
All right, me next. Sam, let's go.
All right. Your almond cake.
Oh, gross.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Oh, it was good.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna read your description because it's the same for all of them. 1.62 almond cookie wonder flavors. 1.33 real flavors deep fried sponge cake. And I saw that and I was like, yeah, I gotta mix this because I have a shit ton of that. 0.29 wonder flavors honey, and then 0.98 Chemnovatic vanilla pudding. I thought this was really good. The cookie and the deep fried sponge cake worked really well together to give you like a good dark cakey vibe. I really liked the honey sweetness in it down at 0.3 or 0.28 or whatever. It added sweetness to it, but it brought like this, it was honey. It tasted like honey, but it was really good. A little bit softer on the almond notes because the only almond in there was the almond cookie, but I thought for 4 flavors and no sweetener, it did a good job at being full and having plenty of flavor and being sweet. And
I went on my nut mission. I bought 3 nuts.
nice.
So do you
Almond.
think it'd be good with a good almond in it? I got the toasted almond by Capella, toasted almond by TPA, and almond by Flavor Art.
Yeah.
Flavor
Probably a
art.
toast. Yeah. Or one of the toasted would have
A
probably
little bit of the TFA toasted, I think. You got to go easy on that one though.
Nice.
I like cap toasted too. But,
Which one is the
I mean,
one that
I
tastes
like
like
play with all
gasoline
three
if
of
you
those,
use too
honest.
much?
Yeah, honestly, all 3
I
of
have
those.
TFA.
That's TFA that tastes like
I think
gasoline if you're
so.
not careful.
You use
Yeah.
too much. Yeah.
It's fine if you keep it like real low.
Yeah, if you keep it low, it's good, but it gets real sharp and real like sour. I guess like gasoline.
I'm happy because I didn't have any other almonds at the time of making this. So
you get an almond note for sure. I'd say it's versus like the picture, which is like a cake that's plastered in fucking raw almonds. It's kind of like almond cake. But you do get it, and it's there. And yeah, I think the vanilla pudding helped with the middle part and giving good mouthfeel to it and filling it out. I like that deep fried sponge cake too. It's got that nice darker bakery aspect to it.
this is the recipe I was most afraid of because I couldn't taste anything this week. I'm so excited. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yay. Did Dave and Will, did you guys do something different for her?
Yeah, I did the blueberry yum yum.
Yep, I did a different one too. So you
Okay,
go
cool.
first, Dave.
Okay, the blueberry yum yum it's indeed blueberry and yummy. So that's good. I mixed it just as it was written, and I feel like we should talk about VSO Huckleberry because this recipe. Let me pull up the recipe for you. I've got it here somewhere.
I have it up.
Okay, you want to read it?
All right. I used VSO blueberry 0.35 classic sponge. That's not right. I did not use 0.35. Anyways, classic sponge cake 0.32, cookie butter super concentrate 0.43, huckleberry 0.99, pie crust flavor west 0.24, wonder flavor sugar cookie at 0.23, vanilla custard cheesecake 1.98.
Okay, this recipe raises more questions for me than it answers. I tried this. Fresh has a recipe called Jokes on You. It's a blueberry brown sugar ice cream, and it uses VSO Huckleberry at 1%. And I found that recipe to have kind of a floral edge on it that tasted like an imperfection to me. I told Fresh about that, and he told me that VSO Huckleberry is just like that for some people, and what I needed to do was either use it less than 1% and it should be fine, or I could sub 0.5% of something else for it in his recipe. Now, Lumi makes this yum yum with 0.99 VSO Huckleberry. It wasn't floral to me at all.
It's under 1.
0.99 was what Fresh meant when he said less than 1. So
Yes!
I don't know what's going on here.
Lumi percentages succeed.
Lumi percentages
one
for the
time.
win.
Damn it, Dave.
What's up
Now
with
you
that?
have given her a precedence
What's that?
All right, we're
for
good.
using her stupid Lumi percentages.
I mean, I guess 0.99 is the magic number and 1% is just too much. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with me and Huckleberry or these two recipes in Huckleberry. I referenced that one for that reason and because it's the only other time that I've tried VSO Huckleberry. I'm not really familiar with it, so I don't know how to work with it or what the deal is. But I know this recipe is good. It's not floral at all. There must have been something else wrong with Fresh's recipe or something else right with this one. It can't be the 0.1% difference. That's crazy. But it's a brighter blueberry.
Something.
What's that?
I said it's got to be interacting with another ingredient.
Yeah, something. I don't know. It's a brighter blueberry. It's not floral, like I said. Darker at the same time. There's this like nice deep ripeness to it that's terrific. It's not a huge, the recipe isn't like a huge slap you upside the head of flavor, but there's enough there. It's enough that I could vape it all day. It's just not violent with the flavor. Like Winstead's recipe was a little bit violent in a good way. I like it a lot, but this is a little bit mellower.
Around.
What's that?
I said you like being slapped around.
I do. I like being abused. Kind of a masochist that way. There's a light buttery bakery, a little bit of tangy cream too, like a tart crust or a thin slice of cake with a smear of like whipped cream cheese on it. Piled high with blueberries, various stages of ripeness to them because it's got that nice tart and the deep sweet at the same time. Very solid recipe.
That's what Huckleberry does. Huckleberry takes the regular VSO blueberry and it turns it more into like a baked kind of jammy blueberry, which is why Fresh and I love mixing them together so much.
Aha.
But I've never gotten floral note, and I am very anti-floral.
I've never gotten a floral note off of the VSO Huckleberry either. And I've
Well,
used
he
it
told
like
me that it was
3%.
because of the VSO Huckleberry at 1%, but now I'm not so sure. Regardless, the recipe is
probably was in his recipe.
in his recipe, huh? Well, it's a very solid recipe that Lumi has made, especially for people who really like blueberries and also like their vapes fairly mellow but not weak. So it's a
Sounds
winner,
good.
I think.
That's me. I'm a super taster, not quite Rin, but I'm a super taster to the point where I go down just a little bit lower.
You mentioned blueberry and like kind of like a creaminess. Do you get much crumble topping?
No, I don't think it has a crumble topping, does it? No, it's not a
Okay.
crumble topping. It's like a thin piece of cake or like a tart
Okay.
crust underneath it.
Okay.
And it's
Cool.
definitely more under than on top. It's not a, it's a, you know, a base. A
Right, because you
bakery
can tell
base.
the position of an ingredient based on a vape.
You can, yeah. I think of it as like the order of like what I taste first.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. I'm just being a jerk.
With mine, my
Okay.
blueberry smacked you in the face. With hers,
It's a
It just
gentle
tickled your
caressing.
balls.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a gentle caressing of blueberry.
I wouldn't even call it gentle, just sort of average.
a little more than gentle, just kind of like a good rubbing
Okay.
instead of a smacking.
It's more of a stroke,
More of
stroke
a stroke.
versus
Okay.
a
This is a
beating.
family
It's a
show.
firm stroke where yours is a
Wynn's
slap
is a
in the face.
Winstead's is a beating, and Ren's is more of a rub. Rub down my tongue with blueberry.
All right. Thank you so much for vaping that and reviewing that for us. Will, what did you mix up of Lumi's?
Did Lumi's strawberry pound town.
Ooh.
It had 0.62% Capella's lemon meringue pie, 1.12% Chemnovatic vanilla pudding, had 0.58% Flavora pound cake, had the 0.99% OOO whipped cream. It also had 2.17% VSO strawberry. I couldn't find my VSO strawberry. I had a little stash that Michael Hoffman had sent me, but anyway, so I switched that out for Flavor Art Juicy Strawberry. And then it had 1.76 Wonder Flavors Angel Cake. I thought it was really good. It was just a good, squishy, spongy kind of pound cake. Maybe I should have upped the strawberry since I changed it out, because it wasn't real heavy on the strawberry where I kind of felt like I liked it, but it's super smooth. It all came together real nice, real, like I said, airy, fluffy, spongy, creamy deliciousness, which was very good. And that's it. I'm not as poetic as the rest of you guys. So
That's just Dave.
very good.
I'm
Thumbs up.
just happy I made something that everybody liked.
Dave's
Okay.
poetry is like, next level.
Yeah, I know it's
Be a
hard to
rapper
follow
'cause
that.
It's kind of grungy.
You know,
You know what I
but-
mean?
Tell me
I'm
about
gonna
it.
make you all follow me on Ren stuff.
All right.
You ready for this? Is Ren next, right?
Yes.
That's what Lumi hath spoken.
Yep.
Dolphins.
So I tried her blueberry cheesecake.
Whoa.
This is, I told you I did blueberries on all but
Surprise,
one.
surprise.
Ren's blueberry cheesecake, 0.5% of blueberry jam, Wonder Flavors, 1.25% blueberry muffin by Flavora, 0.35% Loran's cream cheese icing, 0.35% Wonder Flavors crumble topping, 0.5% of Sobucky super aroma lemon cheesecake, and 1.5% Perillium New York cheesecake. And that's it. Just those 6 ingredients. The first time I tried SSA lemon cheesecake, I tried it at 2.25%, and I thought it was pretty gross. I got hints of fake movie theater butter and barf off of it, although it's mostly lemon curd and vanilla whipped cream. Right, but someone I trust, I don't remember who, but I trusted them enough to write it down, told me the next time I should try it at 1%, steeped for a week, and with blueberry. So I wasn't really scared of the 0.5% in Rin's recipe, and there wasn't a reason to be. The recipe wasn't gross at all. It was a little light on flavor for me because I'm not a Rin taster, but it tasted good, and it did taste like a blueberry top cheesecake with some lemon and a light crust, and even a little bit of that wonderful crumble. Can we just take a moment to appreciate how fucking fantastic Wonder Flavor's crumble topping is?
Yes, let's
That
do
stuff
that.
is ridiculous.
It is, right? It's
Yes.
amazing.
So it was tasty. I love what she did with the blueberry. It really tastes like cooked down gooey blueberry mess, just like the picture. That was combination of Wonder Flavor's blueberry jam and Flavora blueberry muffin, which that'll do it. And it was maybe a little heavy on the lemon, but a little lemon is always good with blueberry things. Like I said earlier, I don't even cook anything with blueberry that doesn't also have lemon juice or zest or both in there. And it's really good to mix vape juice the same way. So that was not too bad. It just did seem a little bit too lemony, but those things go together. Just, I don't know, like Forrest and Jenny, but without the borderline mental retardation and AIDS.
Oh, and
So
abuse.
what?
And abuse.
And abuse, yeah. So instead of just trying the recipe as is or just doubling the percentages because we can't all be super tasters, I went ahead and did both. So I tried this recipe twice, once as written, once doubled. And
Oh, nice.
doubling provided a much stronger flavor overall, but unfortunately it also brought out some of the grossness that I know is from the So Bucky Super Aroma Lemon Cheesecake, because I've tried everything else that's in it, and that's the only one that has that stomach acid sort of off note. I'm like, this is yummy. I started to exhale, and then like, oop, nope, there it is. That's gross.
I
Like,
just scooped in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, like I just burped a little while I was exhaling, only I didn't. Except it's more like tasting someone else's burp, which is
It's
way
like-
worse
it's
than
like-
tasting your
I
own.
told you
Get
guys
that
that
from that.
Dave's poetry is like rap. He's talking that, he's spitting that rap right now, that shit.
It's just like smelling your own farts isn't usually as bad as smelling someone else's, you know. That's why I said it's like someone else's burp.
Someone
It's
else's
not
burp.
pleasant.
See, I don't get that from lemon cheesecake.
Sometimes when you burp, it's like, that's not so bad. I'm happy to taste that again. But someone else's burp, no. Anyway, the original recipe, I didn't get that from. The doubled I did. Emily says she doesn't even get it from lemon cheesecake at all. So that's
I don't know.
lucky you. Anyway, so what I should have done is multiplied all the flavors by 1.5 instead of multiplying them by 2.
Yeah.
Next time I have one of Rin's recipes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go 1.5 instead of double.
think
Or
that's a
and
good
also
idea.
try it the way that it was written, because sometimes that turns out to be plenty of flavor for me. I don't
It
know. I'm
does.
surprised that in
It's a-
her real recipe, the crumble topping came through at 0.35, but it really did, and it's really good.
Rin's
Maybe after a few
recipes-
days it gets stronger too.
Rin's recipes always surprise me because I always think I'm gonna have to up the percentages, but sometimes I'm like, oh, what the hell? I'll just mix it like it is, and it's plenty flavorful. So
The original recipe this time, yeah, some of them are plenty flavorful. The original recipe this particular time was a little soft for me. So
Yeah.
that's why I think 1.5 would have been
1.5.
the right multiplier instead of 2. 2 wasn't good for me. But it probably would be for you because you don't have a problem with the lemon cheesecake.
Yeah, true.
And keep
I
in mind that
actually
I'm
mix
a
this
lemon
up with
mute.
steeping now.
Yeah, I'm a lemon mute. Like I can't really taste it, so that could be why it was a little stronger.
Yeah,
Well, I
that
think
could
the
be
burp
it.
off
I thought
note
it was. I really appreciate getting to know that that particular lemon cheesecake can be used to give a fair amount of good lemon flavor without being yucky at 0.5%. I was afforded the opportunity to learn that thanks to your recipe, so that was cool. I like learning stuff.
learning stuff's good.
It also probably would have been really amazing if I had just doubled everything else and kept the lemon cheesecake at 0.5%. Then it wouldn't be overly lemony or too weak or burpee.
There's some of her recipes where it's like some of these I feel like I definitely want to double, but I don't know if like the cream cheese icing 0.35 seems plenty. You might not need it. There's certain things where I'm like, I don't, and then it's, do I do it or do I not do it? But
I'm just gonna go 1.5 from now.
Then you're
on.
just
2 is
adjusting
too
her
much.
recipe, and that's not the
Yeah,
point.
then it's not. Yeah, you're not. It's not her
I'll tell
recipe
you-
anymore.
I'll tell you what Rin's recipes do to me. They make me feel like I'm wasting so much flavor. I'm like,
Sometimes they
oh
do,
my
yeah.
God, this is all I needed to get this? Why am I so wasteful?
Right?
Okay.
Will, do you want to go next?
All right. So for Rins, I did the apple strudel.
Me too.
Yes, it was very delicious, I thought.
And I doubled it. I did double it.
So I just did it as written.
Okay.
0.25% Flavora caramel, 0.75 SSA baked apple, 0.25% SSA vanilla sugar, had 1% Wonder Flavors apple cinnamon strudel, and 0.25 Wonder Flavors sweetbread. That one, man, I had no complaints at regular strength. Lots of apple to it. It came together very smooth. That might sound a little funny, but every hit I took, it just so smooth. It was so well, put together that I felt like it, was one of my favorite out of all the bunch this week.
Yeah. Like I said, I had to double. I didn't have to, but I did double it. Just knowing my palate. But it worked out perfectly. This was really good. It had really good baked apple notes, lightly spiced. I don't have a lot of experience with the apple strudel on its own. I haven't single flavor tested that one yet. So I don't know how.
Oh, that's good. It's a good one.
So with even doubling it with 0.5% of the sweetbread and the bakery aspect of it kind of got lost for me.
A little bit, yeah.
Because I like that sweetbread quite a bit higher. But other than that, there was a light bakery aspect to it. Perfectly spiced, great apple notes. The caramel did what it was supposed to do with the brown sugar and the vanilla sugar, the vanilla sugar, yeah.
This one looked really good. I wanted to mix it up, but I don't have the baked apple.
Using some pretty good staples there, like the caramel and that vanilla sugar is really good. I mean, she adds there's plenty of spice to it that makes this really friggin' tasty.
You can do country apple. It's similar enough.
Yeah, that sounds like it would probably be quite as good. Yeah.
I just wanted to use it because it's a newer flavor.
The novelty.
Why not?
That's a good one too.
And Pure Lum can be kind of hard to find, so Bull
Especially
City
now.
has.
Yeah, it's good that Bull City has the SSA baked apple, which is a more accessible country apple.
Even
Nice.
bumping that Wonder Flavors apple cinnamon strudel up, it wasn't too much on that cinnamon note. It was still perfectly.
Good.
It was well balanced. Like doubling it worked out really well here.
And like a nice kind of bakery cinnamon with that touch of floral caramel in there.
And the vanilla sugar just kind of all bringing it all together, kept it sweet enough.
Yeah, it looks good.
Without any additional sweetener or anything. Yeah, like I said, just the only thing that I kind of lost was like that. Kind of lost that bakery aspect a little bit to it, but it was just
Very good. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Yes, extra very nice.
All
Emily's
right.
up, huh? One moss.
Yeah, uno más.
All right, I'll go first. I did your almond tort as well.
Okay.
Oh, that one looked good. I think I was missing something there.
I full disclosure was as well, but Emily gave me the go ahead to do a sub, so I did.
Yeah.
I did the same one too.
And that's probably no, I don't know if that's why, but this is freaking delicious. But 1.5 almond cookie, but 1.5 almond cookie Wonder Flavor, 1% vape train golden syrup, 2% one-on-one Norwegian ring cake. I did Flavor West yellow cake.
I did the same exact thing because I didn't have it.
Then 1.5 cap toasted almond. I was missing something from all of her recipes, and I hit her up and I was like, pick one of these 4. Which one's the easiest to sub?
Well, so of course I picked flavorless yellow cake because that shit's
make it better?
delicious.
I feel like you cheated, Emily.
It's
That's
not
true.
it's gonna do my recipe all kinds of favors.
This was freaking really good. I mean, you got so this is kind of what I was thinking when Lumi was talking about her new almonds earlier, is you got that cap toasted almond in there that really bolsters that almond cookie and makes this that 2% Flavor West yellow cake is full and deep and dense. There were hints of frosting in this. I don't quite know how I got that. But the golden syrup did a really good job at sweetening it up too. Kind of like the honey did in Lumi's. They both kind of played their part there. Yours, obviously, the golden syrup doesn't have that honey note along with it, but this was, it was good. I liked this one a lot as well.
Yep, I did the exact same thing as you. That's kind of funny. I was just
That
sitting
is
there like,
funny.
man,
Yeah,
what do I
figured-
change this out with? I was like, flavorless yellow cake. Why
I
not? It's
figured not a
delicious.
lot of people would have Norwegian.
And it played well, just as expected, with the almonds and the almond cookie and
Norwegian ring
the
cake
golden
has
syrup.
that-
I probably wouldn't have thought about using that in this, but man, came out super good. So it's a-
And it did that same trick, like I said, that Lumi's did, but it didn't. Lumi's was really good, but it had that honey note with it. And that's not a bad thing unless you don't like honey for whatever reason. I liked that a lot to it, but yours didn't bring that note with it, but it did the exact same job.
Yeah,
with
I
that kind
wanted
of
I
sticky
wanted
sweetness.
to bring some kind of dark sweetness to it.
Yep. Yeah, it's perfect.
Kind of some stickiness to it, and to help.
Good idea.
So
Yeah, they kind of add a little bit of moisture to the cake in a
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
yeah. And as far as like one-on-one Norwegian ring cake, it has the same kind of that like rich, dark graininess that Flavor West yellow cake has. So that's why I figured it's a pretty close sub.
But
They're
hopefully,
pretty close.
healthier or whatever. I'm gonna have to get. I mean, it's on my list now. I have a list of things to go right to one-on-one for now. But I mean, if that's a good sub for flavorless yellow cake, I wish that'd be a good thing.
Yes, it's pretty decent. It's pretty good. I have to admit, I got the idea from, I think it was Loop Loop, because he just said something like, when we posted the profile picture, he commented, "This looks he said this looks Norwegian," hinting that somebody should use Norwegian ring cakes. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it.
Nice.
Awesome. I'm glad you guys liked it.
Yeah. Well,
Strawberry
you're done.
trifle.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the strawberry trifle.
Let's talk about that strawberry trifle.
Let's talk about that. Do you want me to go over the recipe?
Sure, please.
Alrighty. I did 2% one-on-one golden sponge cake, 3% FA red touch strawberry, 1% jungle flavor strawberry sweet, 1.5% vape train sweet cream, 1.5% Wonder Flavors vanilla cream extra, and 1% SSA whipped cream.
Okay. I wanted to try everyone's blueberry recipes so I could just compare them all against each other. And Emily's looked really good, but I went to make it and found that I suddenly remembered that when I was organizing my flavors, I saw that my Flavor Shack gooey butter cake had just like 1 drop left in there.
Oh,
And I thought, okay, well, I'll remember to order more later, and later never came. So I don't have any more of that. So I had to pick one of the other ones, and I went for the strawberry trifle. It's a fantastic strawberry and cream recipe. A little more emphasis on the strawberry, but no shortage of like rich, slightly buttery, definitely dairy, heavy vanilla cream underneath the strawberry. It's really rich without being custardy and very smooth and sweet. The strawberries taste like real fresh strawberries tossed in sugar syrup or strawberry goo. The recipe is very full and satisfying. I would even say it's one of the best strawberry and cream recipes that I've tried in a long time.
That's saying.
wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I could easily vape it all day. Would happily show it off to people like, hey, try this strawberry and cream thing. It's really good. The one criticism I have of it is that the sponge cake didn't really stand up too well against everything else. I kind of had to search for it. And when I found it, it was just like finding a little bit of it sort of hanging out in the midsection, you know? It's like a big fat guy of a recipe wearing a thin little belt of cake. Fat people don't look good in thin belts, by the way. It's weird, you know? You need a nice thick belt to go with the big thick belly. If you really want it to taste like strawberry trifle, you could bolster the cake a little. My first thought was that Wonder Flavors Angel Food Cake would do it, and it would taste heavenly in there. Or it could be as simple and accessible as adding a little like cap sugar cookie. That's a really good bakery reinforcement, you know?
That would be good too.
If you wanted to do it without adding more flavors, you could just bump up the amount of golden sponge cake 1% or so. What else? You could try swapping out the Wonder Flavors Vanilla Cream Extra with the Wonder Flavors Tahitian Vanilla Cream and let the bakery notes in there.
Don't be messing with my creams.
Don't be messing with your creams. Okay, I have to say, I wouldn't actually do any of that because it's really delicious as hell just the way it is.
Hands off my creams.
I was just like, if you really want to get like the cake in the trifle, you're gonna have to do some more with the cake. But it's so good the way it is. I was gonna say it's a good idea.
I didn't necessarily miss it. Yeah, it wasn't as authentic to the picture, you know, as it could have been.
There's a lot of cake in that picture.
But I'm not mad at it. Like I liked it.
No, I had to like really think of how to get mad at it because I'm like, oh, this is good. And then I was like, hey, wait a minute, where's the cake? Something's missing. But no, it's super tasty.
Yeah, I'll try that. I think with the
I'm gonna have to mix that one too, Emily, because I love my strawberries and creams.
It's a fantastic strawberry and cream. I wouldn't do any of that stuff. I just was throwing that out there if you really wanted it to be more cakey.
Really wanted that.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll try it like you have it by the description. Sounds like something I would love.
Angel Food Cake does sound good in there though.
I think Angel Food Cake would be good in it.
That's not a good Angel Food Cake because it's buttery, and Angel Food Cake shouldn't be buttery at all, but it's a really tasty flavor. And it looks like the cake in that picture.
I think it would complement that golden sponge cake pretty well.
I think it would, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to have to try that.
Go ahead and mess with it if you want to. I think it's good just the way it is. But
yeah,
I guess don't mess with the creams. Don't mess with Emily's creams. You get in trouble.
Hands off my creams. Thank you.
The tasty cream blend that you've got going on there.
Awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed it very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Enjoyed all your guys' recipes this week. It was a good week. Good month. Good month.
I really did too. The only thing I didn't enjoy all that much was the lemon cheesecake from doubling the ingredients. That's not Rin's fault.
Yeah.
She didn't tell me to double the ingredients.
Exactly.
Everything else was tasty.
Well, guys, thanks for coming on and doing this. We always love it when we can hear, different perspectives on our mixes.
You guys need to make some worse recipes so I can bitch more.
You do enough bitching on no day.
Do like one sabotage in your month.
Well, when I think that, with DIY being, with us doing DIY as long as we have to try to really mess something up. And trust me, sometimes we do mess things up, but that's for our own objective criticism of ourselves.
Usually it comes down to like a balancing thing, and that's just a palette.
You don't have time to you're cranking these things out every week. You're bound to mess up sooner or later.
Yeah, it happens. And with each of you guys having 4 different recipes to choose from, then the odds of you choosing are
the
like
one that would
the one bad one for the month is so.
Well, that's one of the reasons why whenever
all you guys always come up with new recipes every week after week. You do a noted, you do a MIXINVIXENS. It's like, man, how do these guys just stay motivated to do that?
That's why whenever
They're all
I do
very
this
good,
with
though.
y'all, I like to try everyone's like one week, all the recipes from 1 week. So I'm bound to catch one of you out messing up something, but I just not this time.
Well, the thing also is that, I used to mix a lot more for myself, inventing things just out of the blue. But since we've been doing the show almost 2 years now every week I have something that's a project that I can just do for the show. And I don't have to say, you know what, I'm sick of this week. I need something new, and then not have any ideas.
One of the biggest like attractions for me playing along for so long before I came on as a judge was the fact that it gave me ideas that I didn't come up with on my own, that I probably wouldn't have come up with on my own, or have thought to like, oh, I guess I'll do a peach tobacco this week.
The other thing that's really interesting about doing the show is like, how many different times can you reinvent a blueberry crumble? How many times can you reinvent an apple pie? Because you don't want to do something you've already done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's there's only so many ideas out there that
you guys do this whole show just to get ideas. Is that what this is about?
Exactly.
Pretty much, it's selfish.
That's what I thought.
Keeps us motivated.
It keeps
because
you
I
buying
probably wouldn't
flavors.
get any mixing done if it wasn't for this show.
You're some your idea bums. That's what you are.
Yep.
Bumming ideas off
You're
people.
one to talk. You're not an idea bum, but you'll get an idea and then you'll pawn it off on someone else. That's just as bad.
I did that just today. I was like, I would really like to mix this, but I don't know if I have time. And it was Dog. He was like, I'll mix it. Give me the recipe. Okay, here you go. Tell me if it's good or not.
Oh, you actually gave him a recipe to mix.
I gave him a recipe to mix.
Because most of the times you'll just come up with an idea and you're like, okay, somebody needs to make this happen.
Yeah. Well, I have a lot of single flavors to try here. Not a lot of time.
Mixing for ourselves is hard when they're,
It really is.
I have no clue how Emily does Noted and MIXINVIXENS every week. That's insane.
Yeah, she's a trooper.
That's absolutely insane.
All right, guys. I think that's the show. Thank you guys so much for coming on. We really appreciate it having you on. If you like what we do and you want to support us in a fun, tasty way, there's a couple places you can do that. If at flavorjungle.com, we've got Ren and I still have some one-shots there under the MIXINVIXENS logo. And then DIYFlavorChaser.com, the MIXINVIXENS has, all three of us have a one-shot line there as well. But if you happen to be shopping at Chef's anyway, they have that same line over there as well. So if you go to Chef's Flavors, check out our one-shots. If not, we love you anyway, and we still appreciate you watching us and supporting us emotionally. Thank you so much to our friends at Flavora and Bull City. Wayne, thank you so much for putting us on your podcast network so that more people have the opportunity to experience this awesomeness. And we will see you all next week. Oh, we don't have the picture. Do we have the picture?
Wait, I just want to thank Bill for taking time off his only day off, because I know at Bull City they work him half to death all the time.
Only 6 days a week.
Only 6 days a
Only
week.
6 days a week. We got to keep you guys supplied, man.
That's right.
You guys do such an awesome job. Thank you so much. Seriously.
And then for taking the time to come here and hang out with us.
Exactly.
Yeah, we really appreciate
Well,
it.
thanks for having me.
Say hi to Drew for me.
Your first picture is that cheesecake cinnamon roll.
What?
It is.
What?
Lumi, have you not seen it yet?
No.
She doesn't go on our Discord. Are you kidding?
With like a heavy glop of icing on top of it.
I didn't even get a thumbs up for putting all my stuff on all the flavors for you.
Thank you, Lumi. You did great this month, and I did horribly. So we can't all be perfect.
That also Lumi actually is the one who did that.
Where can I see this picture? I don't see it. Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's up now. Yeah, it looks pretty darn tasty, and I'm excited to do work on that. So we'll see you back here next week when you see what we have come up with for that picture. Everybody have a great night. Much love.
Bye.
Bye.